A vast frozen expanse stretches to the horizon, wind howling across fields of ancient ice. The sky glows dimly, sun never fully rising. A small black dot moves through the white landscape. A tracked snow vehicle bumps across the permafrost toward a cluster of prefabricated structures. The Borealis Deep Ice Research Station. The air hums with the deep vibrations of machinery. Fluorescent lights flicker overhead. A dozen scientists in bulky gear work around a massive ice core drill, punching deep into the earth. Dr. Lena Morozova, 40s Russian ice biologist, crouches near a fresh core sample. Her breath mists in the cold lab as she examines a segment of murky, fossil-packed ice under a magnifier. Lena, softly to herself, 13,000 years untouched. She notices something. A strange shadow inside the ice, about 20 inches long, serpentine, coiled. The ice core is sliced carefully. A team gathers around the examination table. Inside the translucent layer lies an unrecognizable creature, about the size of a cat, curled like a fetus, skin pale and semi-transparent, veins visible beneath, mouth filled with tiny black teeth. Dr. Howe, microbiologist. That's not on any evolutionary tree I've seen. Dr. Rajan, zoologist. It's not dead, it's preserved, frozen mid-movement. Lena, quiet awe. It's waiting. The team exchanges a nervous look. Outside, the storm intensifies. The wind howls louder, as if in protest. The creature is now in a sealed cryopod, temperature rising slowly. Monitors beep. Thermal readings tick upward. No one else is around. Close up. Its eyes, milky white, twitch beneath the lids. Close up. One clawed finger twitches. The pod releases a short hiss of pressure. A single drop of water runs down the creature's back, shimmering in the blue light, smashed to black. Title card: The animal is back, after 13,000 years. Location: Borealis Deep Ice Research Station, Quarantine Lab. Time: the following morning. Mood: tense, clinical, foreboding. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead in the sterile, sealed lab. The creature, now named Specimen N13, rests inside a cylindrical biocontainment chamber. Frost still clings to its body. Monitors track temperature, heart rate, and movement. A small team watches through a thick glass partition. Dr. Lena Morozova, alert, cautious doctor. Rajan Mehta, wide-eyed, excited doctor. Hao Chen, skeptical, arms crossed. Technician Yuri, tapping nervously on a console. Rajan, whispering, "This could be the oldest living animal on Earth." Lena, "If it's alive." How? Or worse, if it wakes up. The temperature inside the chamber reaches -2 degrees Celsius. The frost fully melts. The creature lies still, its limbs slack, head turned to the side. Suddenly, the heart rate monitor blips. Once, then again, then faster. The team leans in. On monitor, a sine wave pulses. The creature's heart is beating. Yuri, reading data. Vital signs are stabilizing. Core temperature, rising to mammalian range. That's impossible. The creature shifts, curling tighter, then stretching its limbs slightly. Its skin ripples with a faint bioluminescence, shimmering like oil on water. Suddenly, its eyes snap open. A pale, pearlescent gaze, no pupils. But something intelligent watches them. No one speaks. The room holds its breath. Rajan, barely audible. It's looking at us. The creature slowly raises its head, nostrils flaring. Then, it presses a hand against the glass wall of the pod. Everyone steps back, except Lena. She slowly approaches, holding the creature's gaze. Its breathing matches hers, as if syncing with her rhythm. Lena, softly. "What are you?" Outside the lab, the storm is raging. A deep rumble shakes the building. Equipment wobbles on tables. Lights flicker. Shao, checking instruments. That wasn't wind. Yuri, nervous. We just had a microquake, 3.7 on the scale, right beneath us. Surveillance camera footage shows the creature now fully awake, sitting in its chamber, head tilted, eyes glowing faintly in the dark. It opens its mouth and emits a low-frequency hum. All over the station, people begin to stir in their sleep, shifting, twitching, some whispering in foreign tongues. One man sits up, eyes open but unaware. Outside, something stirs beneath the ice. Location: Borealis Deep Ice Research Station, various areas. Time: 2 days after revival. Mood: uneasy, mysterious, increasingly surreal. Dr. Lena stirs a mug of instant coffee with tired hands. Her eyes are red, her posture slouched. Around her, other team members look similarly worn out, pale, jumpy, quiet. Lena, to Rajan. Did you sleep last night? Rajan, blank stare. No, I dreamt. Again. Lena, what did you see this time? Rajan leans closer, his voice hushed. Rajan, an enormous valley, black mountains, trees that breathed, and something watching. They sit in silence for a beat. NT security room, same time. Yuri rewinds surveillance footage from the lab. On screen, the creature, now officially named Noctis, paces slowly in its containment pod. But something's off. The timestamp glitches, skipping seconds. He zooms in. Noctis is facing the camera, head tilted. As Yuri watches, Noctis blinks, and the footage jumps again. When the frame stabilizes, Noctis is facing the other direction, with no movement in between. Yuri, whispering, "That's not possible." In T. Medical Bay. Midday, Dr. Howe is examining Lena, who complains of migraines and a strange ringing sound in her ears. Lena, it's not coming from outside, it's inside my head. Howe pulls up Lena's EEG scan. Unusual patterns of neural activity, consistent with dream states, even while she's awake. Chow, concerned. You're not the only one. He opens other files. 8 team members are showing identical brainwave activity. Waking REM. Something is affecting their minds. In T. Quarantine lab. Night Noctis sits perfectly still. The lights in the lab are dimmed. The hum of machines provides a constant background buzz. Suddenly, the glass of the containment chamber fogs over from the inside. A single word appears, written in condensation, in an unknown, ancient-looking script. Then, another heartbeat spike. Int. Dorm hallway. Late night. A technician, Mila, sleepwalks down the hallway barefoot. Her eyes are open but blank. She walks to a sealed door where the creature is kept. Inside the pod, Noctis turns toward the door before she even arrives. She touches the metal wall. Her fingertips burn frost into it, sketching the same symbol from the lab glass. Int. Lena's room, same time. Lena wakes in a cold sweat. She scribbles the symbol from her dream onto a notebook. She's never seen it before, but somehow she knows it means rebirth. Suddenly, her laptop screen flickers on. Footage from the lab starts playing. Frame by frame, the creature moves faster than humanly possible, shifting positions in single-frame bursts. Its eyes are locked directly on the camera. Then, it turns its head slightly, looks directly at Lena through the screen, and smiles. Location: Borealis Deep Ice Research Station. Security wing, quarantine lab, tunnels below. Time: 3 days after revival. Mood: disturbing, suspenseful, darkly surreal. Int. Security wing. Early morning. An alarm blares briefly, then cuts out. Red lights flash above the hallway doors. Lena and Rajan rush down the corridor, joined by Yuri, who's pale and shaking. Yuri, panting. It's Officer Karpov. He was on night rotation near the quarantine lab. He's not responding. They reach the door to the lab hallway. Int. Lab hallway. Moments later, Officer Karpov lies slumped against the wall. His flashlight is on the floor, rolling slowly in a circle. His eyes are open but unblinking, pupils dilated. Frozen with a blank stare, his chest barely rises. Lena, checking pulse. He's alive. Barely. His vitals are off, like he's trapped in REM sleep. Yuri shines his light on the floor. There are wet, reptilian footprints, leading away from the containment chamber, curving down the hall. But, int. Containment room. Same time. Noctis is still inside its sealed pod, curled in the corner. Monitors show it has not moved all night. Ray-Jane, frowning. Either that's a lie, or there's more than one. Int. Footage review room. Later, Lena and Yuri go through security footage. The feed from 2:13 a.m. glitches again. The image blurs, stutters, and for exactly 7 seconds, the feed cuts to static. When it returns, Officer Karpov is already unconscious on the ground. They pause the moment just before the glitch. Yuri enhances the freeze frame. In the background, behind the fogged glass of Noctis's pod, a shadow of something bigger, something standing behind Noctis. Yuri, terrified whisper. That's not possible. Nothing else is in there. Infirmary. Day Karpov is now restrained to a bed, monitored closely. He murmurs incoherently, repeating a strange phrase in an unknown language. Karpov, barely audible. Nkai returns through the thaw. Dr. Howe analyzes audio recordings. He overlays Karpov's whispers with a waveform of Noctis's low hum from the night before. They match. Perfectly. Int. Sublevel storage tunnel. Night. Lena, driven by instinct and the dreams that keep haunting her, explores the lower maintenance tunnels which run beneath the lab. She finds something strange. A portion of the ice wall melted from the inside. A narrow crawl space leads deeper into the ancient ice. She shines her flashlight inside. For a split second, she sees a set of glowing eyes. Then they're gone. The walls are marked with the same symbols from her dream, carved into the ice. Int. Command Center. Minutes later, Lena gathers the team. Lena, something's down there, something old. I think the creature is calling it, or guarding it. Ray-Jane whispers, or waking it. Suddenly, power flickers across the base. The containment pod in the lab opens itself. Inside, Noctis is gone. But before anyone can move, a deep, unnatural howl echoes up through the ice from the tunnels below. Location: Borealis, Deep Ice Research Station, Archive Room, Ice Core Lab, Deep Core Storage Time. The day after the first incident. Mood: investigative, ominous, creeping dread, inti. Archive Room, early morning. Lena flips through old expedition logs and core sample records. Dusty hard drives and encrypted data modules line the walls. She inserts a drive labeled Project Echo, 1994, restricted. On screen, grainy footage appears. An earlier team at Borealis, standing over a collapsed ice cavern. The camera shakes as muffled screaming erupts, followed by a cut to black. Lena, to herself, this isn't the first time. She begins restoring the corrupted video logs. INT, Ice Core Lab, later. Dr. Howe is analyzing deep core samples recently drilled from Layer 37A, a stratum roughly 13,000 years old. He holds a translucent cylinder of ice up to the light. Inside is a fossilized leaf, but it's not any known plant. Chow. No chlorophyll. No cellular structure we recognize. This thing wasn't from here. Or at least, not from this era. He puts the sample under the electron microscope. The structure rearranges itself subtly, as if responding to observation. A microscopic tendril curls, like it's waking up. INT. Subterranean storage. Evening Rajan and Lena descend into the deep ice core vault, looking for older logs. They find a sealed box, marked Yana River Basin, 1952, Soviet Occult Division. Inside are black and white photos. One shows a humanoid creature, blurry, hunched, emerging from ice. Another shows a symbol carved into a cavern wall, the same sigil from Lena's dreams. Rajan, whispering. It's always been here. Beneath the thaw line, every major melt cycle, it comes back. INT Command Center. Night How overlays satellite images of the Yana Basin from 1952, 1994, and today. Every time a microquake or solar anomaly occurred, strange melt signatures appeared, and each time, a team went missing. How? We didn't discover it. We released it, again. He displays a final overlay, the path of Noctis's pod after escape. It leads not just into the tunnels, but to a buried glacial cavern marked on no map. NT. Lena's quarters. Midnight. She dreams again. This time she walks through an ancient underground temple carved from permafrost. Pillars are etched with the same sigils, pulsing with a blue light. A giant figure looms in the shadows. Noctis is at its feet, tiny in comparison. It looks up at Lena and speaks, without sound. Noctis, telepathically, it remembers you. Lena gasps awake, her hand gripping the edge of the bed. On her skin, where she touched the tunnel wall earlier, a faint, glowing sigil is now etched. INT. Ice Core Lab. Next day, the team replays the restored footage from 1994. The expedition leader screams into the camera, 1994 scientist, in terror. We dug too deep, into memory, not ice. The Earth forgets nothing. Seal the tunnels, burn the ice. It is not an animal, it is an echo from before life. Static. Then silence. Location. Subglacial tunnel system under Borealis Station. Time. Same night as the ice records were uncovered. Mood. Claustrophobic, mythic, terrifying. INT. Main hall. Night. The team preps for descent. Lena, determined, pale, marked by the glowing sigil on her wrist. Rajan, recording everything, visibly shaken. Dr. Howe, armed with scanning equipment and seismic gear. Yuri, reluctantly joining, holding a shotgun. They gear up with thermal suits, headlamps, and oxygen packs. A blueprint of the old subglacial mine system is displayed on the wall. Lena. There's a passage beneath the ice core chamber, the same path Noctis took. Whatever it's leading us to, it's down there. INT. Ice core chamber. Moments later, a floor hatch, previously sealed under decades of frost, now yawns open. They descend a rusted metal ladder into darkness, each rung echoing into the void below. INT. Subglacial tunnel, deep below. Later, the tunnel walls glisten with ancient black ice. The air grows colder, but they all begin to sweat under their gear. Strange whispers echo faintly. At first, they think it's radio interference. But then, Lena hears her own name. Disjointed voice, echoing. Lena! Rajan, freaking out. Tell me you heard that. They reach a junction where the walls change, smooth, artificial, not carved by human hands or glacial pressure. INT. The threshold cavern. Moments later, they step into a massive underground chamber, where ice and obsidian walls spiral in unnatural geometries. At the center, a stone altar, half buried in ice, etched with ancient glyphs. On the walls, murals carved in ice, showing humanoid figures bowing to a towering godlike entity, crowned in bone and light. Chow, scanning. This predates any civilization. The isotopic age puts the ice here at 200,000 years. Suddenly, a heartbeat thrums through the ground. The altar pulses with light. A shape moves in the dark behind them. Inner chamber. Seconds later, Noctis appears, but it's changed. Taller, its limbs longer. The glow in its chest pulses like a second heart. It speaks without moving its mouth. Noctis, telepathically. The gate is opening. We remember the warmth before the freeze. Yuri raises his weapon, but it jams instantly. Sparks fly. Rajan records. His camera glitches, then fries in his hands. Int. Glacial cavern, escalating from deeper within the walls, cracks spread outward, releasing bursts of warm air. How's scanner erupts in warnings. How? Something's destabilizing the ice shelf, heat signatures, thousands of them. They shine their lights, shapes shift in the walls, frozen forms, dozens, hundreds of ancient creatures, humanoid but wrong. The ice isn't just cracking, it's being peeled back. From the inside. Suddenly, a chunk of wall explodes, revealing a colossal hand, black and clawed, breaking free from its icy tomb. Lena, horrified. It wasn't alone! Int, ascent shaft. Minutes later, the team runs, Lena dragging a half-conscious Rajan. Yuri helps Hao. Behind them, the tunnels quake, filled with unearthly screeches. As they climb, Noctis watches them leave, not stopping them. Instead, it turns and kneels at the altar. Noctis, telepathically. The thaw has begun. XT. Borealis Station. Surface. Night. They burst out onto the snow. Aurora lights flash above, but so do strange red streaks, like blood in the sky. The ice groans beneath them. A tower of heat and light erupts from a fissure in the glacier behind the station. Something vast is waking. Location: Borealis Station. Communications tower. Global satellites. Various listening posts. Time: hours after the escape from the tunnels. Mood: apocalyptic, urgent, unraveling EXT. Borealis Station. Communications tower. Night. A furious polar wind howls as the team struggles to restore power to the damaged comms array. The air smells like metal and ozone. Red lightning pulses across the sky, dancing between clouds. Lena, shouting over the wind. If we can amplify the signal from the seismic feed, we might get through to Oslo Command. Rajan hooks up cables, his hands shaking. Yuri stands guard, scanning the horizon. From the edge of the ice field, dark shapes twitch and move, just out of clear view. Int. Communications room. Minutes later. Inside, the system powers up. A screen flickers to life. The live satellite view glitches. The Borealis station sits at the center of an expanding heat signature, melting the ice in a perfect spiral. Dr. Howe decodes a subsonic frequency hidden in the seismic noise. Chow. It's not just a tremor, it's a message. He filters it. The team hears a low harmonic pulse layered with an indecipherable language, something old, pre-human. Then suddenly, it stabilizes. A clear pattern emerges. Coordinates, a global sequence, dozens of locations. Antarctica, Himalayas, Mariana Trench, Sahara, all places with ancient frozen zones. Rajan, pale. It's not just waking up here, it's waking up everywhere. Int, deep ice server room. Later, Lena isolates the signal's origin point. It's not local. Lena, this isn't coming from the creature. It's responding to something above us. She points to the data. The signal is being relayed from low orbit. An object, non-satellite, is hovering above the Arctic Circle, mimicking weather satellites. Yuri, grim. They're not just waking up, they're being called. EXT. Sky above the station, same time. High above, a dark geometric object hovers, invisible to the naked eye, visible only on specific spectrums. It hums. The aurora above the station begins to twist unnaturally, forming a spiral of colors, flickering with symbols, the same glyphs from Lena's dreams. Voice, faint, from the signal. Return what was buried. Return what was stolen. Int. Command Center. Emergency broadcast. They send a distress signal, but receive unexpected replies. Response 1, Chilean ice post. We see the same spiral. We're evacuating. One of our men has gone blind, but he says he sees clearly now. Response 2, Antarctic Station. Theta 9. The stars are rearranging. We're not alone. Never were. Response 3, offline. Response 4, offline. Response 5, offline. One by one, the stations around the globe go dark. Int, Borealis, Lena's private log. Later, Lena records a message. Lena, to camera. If anyone finds this, it wasn't a discovery. It was a memory returning. The Earth is remembering itself, and we are not part of the original design. She looks out the window. In the distance, on the melting horizon, a colossal figure is emerging from the ice, miles tall, its form barely comprehensible, limbs that fold in impossible ways, eyes like stars behind bone. It lets out a call, echoing across the tundra, the same call that's being heard worldwide. Location, Borealis Station and skies above the Arctic, global atmospheric anomalies. Time, hours after the signal is sent. Mood, cosmic horror, awe, despair, revelation, XT. Borealis Station, twilight hours. The sky is no longer normal. The stars are moving, shifting slowly into spiraling patterns. Constellations vanish. New, impossible geometries replace them. The moon pulses like a living heart, its light tinted violet. Rajan whispers. The sky's changing, not the atmosphere, the cosmos. Inti, command center, night. Dr. Howe runs astronomical data. The laws of orbital physics are no longer holding steady. HAO, panicked. The stars are aligning, literally, not metaphorically. The system is reconfiguring itself as if obeying an old map. Yuri, are you saying space is remembering? Inti. Observatory dome, same time. Lena stares upward through the cracked glass dome. Her sigil glows brighter. Her pupils begin to flicker with faint, star-like sparks. She begins murmuring in a language she's never learned. Lena, entranced. It's not our sky. It never was. Suddenly, a burst of blue light from the northern horizon floods the station. A vertical column of energy shoots up from the ice, where the colossal figure has risen. EXT, glacial plain, far off. The titanic entity now stands in full, over a mile tall, cloaked in shifting shadow and ice, its limbs sway in silent rhythm. Around its feet, dozens of smaller creatures awaken from the ice. They gather like worshippers. Above it, the sky ripples, and a second moon begins to emerge. But it's no moon. It's a massive dormant structure, metallic, black, ringed in runes. It begins to open like an iris. Inti. Global montage. Various locations. A series of brief intercut scenes shows the world reacting. Chilean plateau. Scientists watch as a glacier crumbles, revealing a temple shaped like a spiral. India, Himalayas. A shepherd stares at the sky, turning black at noon. Mariana Trench. Deep-sea submarine. A sonar ping reveals something ancient and massive rising from the ocean floor. Cairo, Egypt. Ancient pyramids vibrate, a beam of light shooting from their apex into the sky. All connected, all part of the same awakening. Int, station infirmary. Later. Yuri is catatonic, whispering. Yuri, blankly. They ruled before stars. They ruled in warmth. We came in the cold, but the warmth returns. Lena checks his pulse. His veins now glow faintly. Suddenly, the lights flicker. The walls tremble. A massive shape moves past the windows outside, too big to comprehend. Only a segment of a limb is visible, and even that shakes the station. Int. Control room. Urgently. Rajan restores a final piece of the 1994 Soviet archive, a document labeled Event Horizon, Translation Key. The symbol on Lena's wrist matches a glyph, meaning anchor. Rajan, she's not marked by it. She's connected to it. She's the anchor. It's using her to stay real. How? Realizing. And if it anchors fully, it won't need to hide anymore. XT. Sky above, night. The stars flicker out, one by one, then reappear in different positions. They're forming a pattern, the same one carved into the glacial caverns. The sky isn't just forgotten, it's being rewritten. NT. Lena's mind, dream space. She floats inside a vast, timeless void. Before her, Noctis, now vast and ancient, speaks with thousands of voices. Noctis. You remember now. You were there when the warmth ended. You promised to keep us dreaming, but the ice failed, and now we awaken. A single blinding eye opens behind it. Time warps. Lena screams. Location, global. Borealis Station, cities, glacial regions. Time, days after the awakening mood, apocalyptic, desperate, transformative. EXT, Borealis Station, morning. The ice is melting rapidly, cracks spiderweb through the glacier like veins of fire. Lena stands at the edge of the station, watching water flood the ground. Her glowing sigil pulses in sync with the melting ice. Lena, softly. It's not just ice, it's memory breaking free. NT, Command Center. Day Dr. Howe and Rajan monitor global data streams. Cities near melting glaciers report rising temperatures and tremors. Wildlife behaves erratically. Ancient species once frozen begin to appear. Satellite images reveal massive blue-green light pillars erupting worldwide. How? This is a planetary event, not just local. The ice melting is triggering a cascade, release, awakening. EXT, Tundra, day. A group of researchers encounters a creature, part beast, part ancient elemental, emerging from thawing ground. It gazes at them with eyes like molten crystal, then vanishes into mist. INT. Borealis Station, Lena's quarters. Lena's condition worsens. Her skin glows faintly. Her dreams grow darker and more vivid. Lena, to herself, if I'm the anchor, I have to hold it, or everything will unravel. She prepares an old ritual from the archives using frozen soil, sigil dust, and ancient ice shards. EXT. Global montage. Antarctica. Ancient ice temples crumble, revealing glowing relics. Himalayas. Villagers witness strange auroras dancing in the sky. Sahara. Hidden underground chambers pulse with light as sands shift mysteriously. Ocean trenches. Colossal shapes rise from abyssal depths. NT, Command Center, night. Rajan transmits a global warning. Rajan, on comms. The thaw is rewriting the Earth story. We need to decide, do we fight it or become part of the memory? XT. Borealis. Night Lena stands at the glacier's edge, ritual prepared. She chants in the ancient language. The sigil on her wrist bursts into brilliant light, spreading across the ice, slowing the melt. Noctis appears beside her, now calmer, a guardian. Noctis, you hold the past and future together, but the memory will never fade. Ext, wide shot, night. The ice and sky shimmer as the world breathes, old and new intertwined. The thaw continues, but life adapts. The ancient and the modern merge. Location, Borealis Station and the newly transformed Earth time. Weeks after the thaw begins, mood. Hopeful, mysterious, rebirth, EXT. Borealis Station, dawn. The first real sunrise in centuries breaks over a transformed landscape. The glacier is no longer a solid wall of ice, but a mosaic of flowing water, moss, and strange crystalline formations glowing softly. Birds, unfamiliar yet beautiful, sing in the distance. Lena steps outside, her eyes reflecting the gentle light. The sigil on her wrist glows softly, now a part of her, no longer a burden, but a connection. Lena, quietly, This is the beginning, not the end. XT Glade near the station. Noctis, now a majestic, less terrifying figure, walks beside Lena. Noctis. The old world sleeps no more. The memory is alive, changing with you. A small creature, a blend of ancient and modern traits, approaches. Lena kneels to it. NT. Communications room. Rajan and Hao watch incoming transmissions from around the world. Messages of rebuilding, of strange discoveries, and of people beginning to understand the memory that lives in the earth. EXT. Village. Day. Children play near thawed ice caves, discovering ancient artifacts beneath. An elder tells stories, weaving old myths and new truths. EXT. Sky above. Day. The sky, still shifting subtly, reveals new constellations, as if the stars themselves are telling a new story. XT. Borealis Station. Sunset. Lena looks out at the horizon, hopeful yet aware. Lena, to Noctis. We carry the memory now. We build the future from the past. Noctis nods, their eyes glowing softly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one. Bye for now.